Hello dear viewers, welcome back to Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. We are a Demonspawn, started off as a wanderer, had a cool little buckler, we followed Vehemet, got some pretty mediocre mutations, but it's fine, we're making do with them. We just got stone arrows, so that's kind of cool. Got drained from some whites in our last episode, so we're gotta build that back up. We've really been using this longsword to good effect. I almost want to put some points into long blades and a scimitar of flaming. Yeah, some good stuff, but I honestly, right here, think we just back off. Yeah, we're doing fine. Vehemet is now aiding our destructive spells. Well, that's nice. So nice of them. Does that make Stone Arrow castable? It kind of does. However, I don't love the situation we're in. So if we look down here at our Ghost of Erica, just, you know, where she was when last we saw her, she's got a few Confuse at 25%, Slow at 25%, Venom Bolt, and Force Lance, in addition to 25 plus Flame, so up to 37 damage. So she can actually one-shot us right now. And I don't love that. So maybe we throw a throwing net and, like, see if we can catch her in one of those. Yeah, something wriggles in the net. Let's just get out of here. And that is why throwing nets are great on characters even without throwing skill, because sometimes they let you get out of a sticky spot. Wand of Paralysis. Wand of Paralysis could be cool. Alright, let's try the Erica fight again. Yeah. Alright, and then now that we know she's in range of Stone Arrow, oh, we're confused, lovely. So let's stumble around for a bit. Refresh our armor. And cast one last Stone Arrow. Alright, we got her. Good. Good deal. Scimitar of Flaming, Robe of Willpower. All interesting things. I think here we just back up, pop upstairs and heal, and just sort of do a check of our inventory and see what we've got. A Robe of Resistance, we've got a Robe of Willpower. Both are pretty good. Robe of Willpower would cost us a little bit of armor class, but would make our spells easier to cast. But Vehement's helping us out now, so we've kind of got these things covered. Yeah, I don't hate where we're at. We're doing okay. Just sort of run up on this centaur. Alright. Get our armor going. Some darts at that. I think we can just swing at the centaur. And there's our horns. Yeah. Our cloak will eventually be gone too. Monstrous Demonspawn are a little bit unfortunate. Their lives are just less armor friendly. And that makes it a little bit more difficult. You run into sort of the dual problem of you get all of your nice mutations that make your melee attacks better, but then you can't wear armor, so you don't want to be in melee. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We'll make do with what we've got. You know, we won't have a helmet or gloves or a cloak, but we'll have boots. We can wear some pretty dope boots. These bees are not very threatening because we have poison resistance. Orc wizard down. The thing with a long blade of freezing is that you can kind of just bash stuff. Wand of Ice Blast is a good one. That's pretty strong. Let's actually cast some spells on this thing. I think we were being a little loosey-goosey, and that wasn't the best choice. But, you know, we survived. Live and learn. That gargoyle could be a little challenging. Let's make sure to take it slow. Okay, cool. Spellcasting, 7. Conjurations, 7. We've been offered Dazzling Flash, which I think is just a hard pass. I think it's a pretty terrible spell in general. It's just the blind effect is unreliable enough to be useful as a defensive spell, and the damage isn't high enough to be useful as an offensive spell, and that puts it in a really awkward position. It also takes 3 spell levels for something that does basically the same damage as Magic Dart, which, if you've ever cast a Magic Dart, you can see it is not a lot of damage. Alright, we're going to step up, put on some armor, and do some freezing, do some... Okay, good. Shields. Target reached. Let's turn on fighting. Let's get a few extra hit points. I like to have one defensive skill training pretty much at all times. Unless I'm, like, specifically rushing a spell of some sort. We can stop rushing Conjurer. We can stop focusing Conjurations. I'm fine with Earth Magic getting a little more of our experience. There's some pretty strong later Earth Magic stuff, including, like, Shatter. You know, Vehumet will be giving it to us eventually. And that might actually be enough to make Earth Magic worth focusing. Like, we don't have access to any other spells in Earth Magic yet, but Wand of Quicksilver is good. Two-Headed Ogre is a big bag of experience. 15 armor class is just, like, fine. You know, it's enough to survive this stuff. We have a couple of sources of damage that make, those sort of stronger fights a little easier. Blink, Manifold Assault, Stormform. Okay, cool. Well, we've got our late game package. That's pretty solid. Manifold Assault, Stormform. It's a lot of unarmed combat. Like, a lot. However, it can clear a Zig. Well, we definitely memorize Blink, because Blink is great. And we want to turn on translocations, so we can get some experience there, and get that online. Wait. What was that? The Ring Tirachi. Resist fire. MP plus 9. Well, that's amazing. That's a super solid ring to find. Thanks, Dungeon. Didn't even notice where that came from. Was one of the monsters wearing that? Lucky monster. I mean, not that lucky, because we murdered them, but I'm sure they enjoyed it for a while. It was their, like, precious. La 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 la. Okay, just moving on along. Yeah, it's kind of funny, like... We have access to the lair? Yeah. Maybe we do Orc first. Maybe not. I don't know. Probably not. Let's go to the lair. I feel like this is our most solid run so far, and yet it's the one where we've had the worst set of mutations. Yara's Violent Unraveling is great. Our tail grows a sharp stinger. We've got Blink Frogs galore. And I don't love it. They're kind of, kind of eating our lunch here. Not my favorite welcoming committee. Let's move onto the stairs. Recast. I don't think we reset quite yet. I think we try and get off 1 or 2 more hits. Yeah, and now we reset. Okay, cool. Yeah, these like lair entrance, those ambushes, it's generally better to try and clear it out, even if it costs you a consumable, than it is to just immediately run away, because like when we go back down, those wolves are going to be surrounding us, and every single enemy that we could kill from that screen really made a big difference. So like here, you know, we're already in kind of a pickle, just starting off. Yeah, I was hoping the miasma would show up and kind of do some work. Wolves are, you know, they're a faster hit. They hit you faster, but they deal less damage, and that's sort of ideal for the Demonspawn defensive mutations. The sort of offensively defensive miasma and sharp spines both work that way a little bit. Why neither is like the worst against hydras. Miasma's pretty poor against hydras just because they're resistant to the poison part of it, but alright, stone arrows doing work. Oh yeah, let's, you know, I'll take Yara's. I like Yara's kind of a lot. I don't know. I don't think we're actually going to put any experience towards it quite yet, though. Transmutations is obviously going to be good for Storm Form when we eventually get that online. But that's like super late game, and we may not even end up doing it. I mostly just want to, have it available so we can like quaff up Brilliance in an emergency and deal with something that has given itself some especially nasty. I don't know why we put up our stand there when there's a perfectly good hallway right here. You know, a nasty something or other. And we can literally just, like, stab our way through these things. Ice Devil showing up when we don't really need it to, but I guess I'd rather my friends show up than not, just in general. Also, Kuba's armor is great, if you never knew. And actually, that was a very bad engagement to that fight. We should give Komodo dragons more respect. They've got dragon in their name. It's one of those, like, subtle things that this game does to warn you about it. It's just like, oh, it's a Komodo dragon. Like, those don't exist in real life. And then it just destroys you, and you're like, oh. Well, I guess they're pretty chunky in real life, too. Fighting at level 4. Let's put a target of 8 on fighting. I just like having some extra hit points. Bog bodies. Bolt of cold and slow. Okay, so we kind of want to be on the stairs. Yeah, they can do some damage. There was definitely a chance to just die there, but I kind of wanted to roll the dice because I really wanted to get that. I didn't want to just park it on that level. Like, it's going to be kind of a dangerous fight no matter what we did. Amulet of Regeneration. Not better than resist poison at this point, but it is worth considering switching over later. Potentially. Acrobat plus resist poison is very solid, so just nuke it down. Holy Wrath, not something we can use. Okay. Bog Body. Round 3. Okay. Earth Magic is at 6. I mean, I do think we would just, like, leave Earth Magic on all game. Maybe we turn off Conjurations for a bit. I feel like we turn off Conjurations and turn on Transmutations. We're kind of splitting our experience up a little thin, but I kind of like getting Yara's online, and I'm certainly not going to do that by training Hexes. Like, the idea is that Yara's enable... interesting. Like, Yara... You learn Yara's to go along with your Hex suite as a damage source. I just... Ugh, yikes. Ruined door. I don't know what's behind it. That's really kind of scary. It's just like a random roomed door with labyrinth stuff behind it. I am a little curious, but I think we're going to come back. Generally, those kinds of ruined vaults are keyed towards the difficulty of the level that they are generated in. So if you gain a few levels and come back with better tools, Stinger grows larger and begins to produce weakening toxins. So, yeah. It's fine. You know, weakness is a thing. We don't get to wear our cloak anymore, though. Like, is 3 armor class worth weakening toxins added to our 35% chance auxiliary attack? I don't know. Claws for hands, like... Now, this will be cool with Unarmed Combat Storm Form. It's actually pretty insane. Like, that will be a very good source of damage late game. Storm Form plus Manifold Assault plus Unarmed Combat. You know, it'll wreck some stuff. So kind of what I'm doing here is using Stone Arrow when they are further away and swinging in melee when they are close up, because that helps me conserve mana, and now that we've got an auxiliary attack, I wonder what this cloak was. Just another +2 cloak. Okay. Another +6 Ring of Dexterity. Is that better than Resist Fire MP9? Probably not. I think having a lot of mana points is great, and plus fire resistance is sometimes useful, even in the lair. You can find the occasional Lindworm. I've got Snake, which I think I like better than Spider, especially with Yara's. I wonder... Huh. Yara's works with the weakness from my Stinger. That's kind of cool. What's this Evening Star? Evening Star of Venom, you say? I don't think that's any better than what we're wielding now. Okay, cool. Layer 3. down. Do we have a spell on offer? No, we do not. Blink is fully castable. Manifold Assault we're not using yet. Yeah, we're not using it yet. I kind of like turning off translocations. Blink is at 3%. 3% is just a little bit too low. Let's train translocations up to level 6. Let's do another level and a half in that. You know, not really sure what we're doing right now. I think what we're doing is we're just planning on riding the Vehement train up to up to, you know, the really no room for a scroll of identify, huh? Really don't need this sling. Don't need this rapier. Don't really need this hammer. All right. Yeah, it's just sort of a Vehement take the wheel kind of situation. Jiva. Jiva's fun. Jiva's super fun. If we had gone a more melee kind of game, that's one of those where you can like switch over once you get to the lair and kind of do some bonkers stuff. But I think we're invested enough in the spellcasting route that it's not appropriate. We're not gonna be the mutation roulette game this time. Hogs. I think that's Kirka. Yeah. Kirka's a little scary. We've got some willpower, though. Non-zero amount. Do we have a ring of willpower? No. Okay. Well, sorry, Hogs. You're just... Okay. We saved one of the humans. You're welcome. I was under no obligation to save any of you. At all. I'm saying it. It wasn't my fault that she turned you into a hog. Probably you were being a pig in the first place. Oh. And that works if you were being either a gross, toxic, masculine person or a fascist. I'm not political, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, forgive me. Okay, Logitang is interesting, but not something that we're doing. Stone Arrow, just making short work of things. I feel like we're... yeah, pretty close to full power on that, 78%. Earth Magic ticking up there. Blink is down to 2% failure. I like Blink at 1% failure. Also, it does get better the more points you put into it. It's not useless putting points into translocations when you have just Blink, because Dream sheep. Okay, we're getting out of here. Super dangerous doing all of this nonsense with a Hydra bashing on us, but we don't really have that much of a choice. Alright. Cool. We did it. Made it out of there alive. That is layer 5. Do we really need to be here? I don't think we really need to be here. I think we can go to Orc and mess around here for a bit. And maybe be at a little less risk of dying. Maybe go a little bit deeper in the dungeon. I just feel like that was a... I got my danger sense went off, my little spidey sense. Orc Knights are a little difficult. Let's see if we can't. But we've got Yara's. Is it castable? Not really. Would be with Brilliance. Alright. I think we reset. I think we let that might wear off. And that makes that fight simple instead of very, very complicated. Vehement's range addition on Stone Arrow is pretty amazing. It makes a huge difference. One extra cast of that spell, I think, is frequently the determining factor in a fight. Orc 2. Ooh. Or we can explore the rest of Orc 1. Okay, well. Alright. Do we have another staircase here? No. Oh. Sourceless Malevolence with a teleport trap, you say? Well, that's not great for us. What about Scroll of Immolation and a Scroll of Fear, and then we do this, and then we do that, and we do that, and then we do that. That worked out okay. Yeah, that all worked out just fine. I like another Scroll of Immolation here. I think that, there's no reason to stop with a good thing. And also, this is kind of like the last place for a while where Scrolls of Immolation are actually useful. After a certain point, it's just like everything just resists it. And it's like, oh, okay, whatever. Alright. Oh, that's right. We're here because of a teleport trap, so let's read this, which is going to be a Scroll of Teleportation. escape ladder wasn't necessarily going to take us somewhere safe, because we know that there's part of this first level that we still haven't cleared, but at least it got us... I mean, there was a pretty good chance, right? Like, we'd explored about 3/4 of the level, or at least 2/3 of the level. It was a good couple of, it was a good Immo plus Fear scroll read, I think. Really helped us clear out this level a bit, and I'm not too worried. Oh, yeah, Spellforge Servitor is definitely something we will want. So let's go ahead and memorize it. Forged Servitor, okay. Yeah, you know, we've got some stuff going on. We've got Manny Storm in the bank here, working on transmutations. For our Yaras, that's kind of a useful support tool for our Stone Arrow machine gun that we've got going on. We've got a Spellforge Servitor hanging out, waiting back for later on when we've got Lahudib's Crystal Spear or Iron Shot. I think it's only Iron Shot that they can cast. Yeah, pretty good character. Pretty good start to this this particular Demonspawn. I feel like we've gotten a bit further than the last couple of characters that we've splatted here. So I'm going to go ahead and call this video right here. We've sort of reached our length limit. And we'll pick up next time here in the Orcish Mines. The Orcish Mine and yours. I hope you've enjoyed yourself. I certainly have. And I hope to see you next time. This is MothFluffs. Have a lovely day.